Good morning from a very rainy St. Louis, Missouri. How are we this morning on April 10th? Is it Wednesday? I do plan on leaving my house today, regardless of the weather. I've got things I have to do, people I need to go see, being responsible and accountable for all things in this life because it is my assignment. I am Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, an artist, writer, speaker, life and a business coach, teach a variety of art classes that enrich your life. For all those that are sending pleasantries in an email, please don't. I'm a professional, and if you send something that is on a personal nature, I am not going to respond, and I will delete it. If you are seeing any of my videos up on YouTube and you think, because you might have a little bit more experience in something at the age of 24, do not send me an email asking me to take one of your coaching classes. It goes also in the trash. I'm not interested. There is nothing too much a 24, 25, 26, 27-year-old can say to me, and this is not disrespect, but you have not lived the experiences in this life like I have. And although you might have a different business, congratulations, I'm glad you've gotten to that point. But for those of us that are in the coaching field, if you're 24 years old and you think you can coach me in a certain area, yeah, scroll on, go to somebody else. If you like my content and you think it has some very valuable points, leave a comment. That's how we boost the algorithms. Leave a comment. Been interviewing with a few different companies, still in the food and beverage liquor industry, and as of yesterday I was pretty much blatantly told, which I don't see how companies can still do this, is I'm too old and I don't have the image that they are looking to sell their product. Okay, I'm all right with that. I think it's kind of funny. Again, we've got a bunch of young executives who think they know better because they are looking at revenue instead of influencers, marketers that are going to reach the right target market for the product that they have. Blows my mind. You know, and I'll probably preach on this for a while because it just absolutely kills me. You know, I've 30 years food and beverage. Had my hand in every aspect of what it takes to sell, run a restaurant, order food, so on and so forth. I'm becoming a broken record. But you cannot convince me that somebody young, scantily clothed, is going to sell a high-end liquor to somebody who is not drinking for effect, but drinking for status and pleasure. And although that 67-year-old might be, still like to look, he doesn't want to be bothered. He's been through all the nonsense in his younger years. He's not looking to drink for effect. He's looking to drink because it puts him in a class, a status. It's an enjoyable high-end drink that he can sit back, maybe in his easy chair, maybe at his desk, and tune the world out, and he doesn't want to be bothered by some young cheerleader scantily clothed that's going to say, but if you drink this, you will so enjoy it. I've seen too many other brand ambassadors do that, and I'll tell you what, as of yesterday, having a company tell me I'm not the image that they're looking for, great, I get it, can't be everybody's cup of whiskey, but having experience, being older, having the knowledge behind the psychology and what it takes to make a really good sale. And 80% is always revenue and 20% is always the customers, the clients, your potential wannabe buyers that is making you that 80% in revenue. Stop focusing on the 80%. Start focusing on the 20%. And those of us with experience, those of us with knowledge are in that 20%. And especially those of us that are looking to get out of one part of the industry, still have our hand in something, but alter in another avenue in which the industry is run. But that's been my experience over the last 24 hours, and I wrote about it on my blog, Pretty in Pink, Perfect in Paisley. I always write a lot better than I speak, because when I speak, I sometimes stumble over my words because there's all kinds of nonsense up in here. But whatever your field is, whatever you are doing, whatever you are lending your hand and contributing to, where has the knowledge, because of your age, played a great part in what you are contributing to? What is it? Is it because you show up? Is it because you are an expert in your field? Is it because you can mentor the youngins that really don't want to work, the ones that want to kind of sit back and let the elders do all the work? What are you contributing? Or are you just a warm body trying to make it till retirement, so then 30 days later you might die? I'm trying to feel out everybody in every industry that they are working in. What is your goal? If you're in your later 40s, if you're in your 50s, if you're in your 60s, what is the goal? Because it certainly cannot be to wait till you retire. It can't be. There is more to life. And if you do not have a purpose, if you do not have some kind of mission, if you do not have some kind of plan to keep y'all active mentally, physically, emotionally, it all stops and gets taken away from you, and the rug gets pulled underneath your feet, and you free fall to a situation that you won't want to be in. I just want to teach some art classes, really. Through the psychology and the life coaching I know. I just want to teach art classes. But in the meantime, there's no reason why I cannot represent a product the best I know how, especially if it's in an industry that I am familiar with for 30 years. 30 years, that's a long time to be in an industry. An industry that constantly is changing. Staff changes, menus change, kitchen equipment change, recipes change. Restaurants go under, restaurants get rebuilded and rebranded. There is always a certain amount of change when it comes to the food and beverage industry. And that is just where I've been over the last 30 years, which I'm trying to lean out. But I would say it's like being in the mafia. You never get out. Once you're out, somebody knows you're out, and somebody knows what your reputation is and what you do. They kind of call you and suck you right back in. So these companies that are looking for people to represent, and they're looking for these young 24-year-olds who want to dress like in these tight t-shirts or whatever, what exactly are you selling here? Because I know as a almost 63-year-old woman, I ain't buying. There's nothing a 24-year-old can sell me, and that might be hair products, makeup, clothing. That cheerleader type does not work. There is a difference between being very animated and having a personality that is suited for what you are saying, but there is also a lot of psychology that goes behind knowing what that customer needs and wants. Is it affordable? Is it something they need? Is it something that they are willing to go out of their way to purchase? And do they even like the the person that is the face behind the product or the service? I do talk about that in my business coaching class for creative-minded women. That class is $95. It's a 2-3 hour class. We touch base on all kinds of things when it comes to starting a business, taking your business to another level, being camera ready, putting yourself together, having that elevator speech, putting out there exactly what is the goal that you are trying to achieve by doing the job that you do. I am Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, an artist, writer, speaker, life, and a business coach. For today, be happy.